Down the street there, a young lady was washing dishes, I was told. And she looked out the door, and the dog was playing with her head, thought it was a baby doll head. But it wasn't, it was a human head. So they called the police. Somebody know that little girl, and whoever it is need to come and tell somebody.
On a quiet January morning in 2012, the discovery of human remains shook the residents of Brookhaven Trailer Park. The skull and bones belonged to a young girl, estimated to be between 4 and 7 years old. Her tiny body showed signs of brutal trauma, her identity and story remaining a mystery for over a decade. But now, new developments have emerged in this tragic case. Through diligent forensic work, they have identified our victim as Amore Joveh Wiggins. Her name may be known, but her fate remains uncertain. As investigators dug deeper into the case, a disturbing picture began to emerge. Amore had suffered 15 fractures from blunt force trauma, indicating that she was a victim of homicide. But who would commit such a heinous act against an innocent child? Despite an extensive investigation and outreach to the community, they found no leads or matches for little Amore. Her face was reconstructed, hoping to find someone who recognized her, but she had vanished without a trace. Now, with renewed determination and advances in technology, authorities continue to search for answers in this heartbreaking case. Will authorities ever serve justice for Amore Joveh Wiggins? Only time will tell. In the small town of Opelika, Alabama, they made a gruesome discovery in 2016. They found photos of a young girl resembling the infamous Opelika Jane Doe at Greater Peace Church. People who attended the Vacation Bible School in 2011 described the child as unkempt and withdrawn. Despite efforts to identify her through isotope testing and DNA profiling, the case remained unsolved for years. It wasn't until January 2022 when the Opelika Police Department turned to Othram Laboratories and Astria Forensics for help. With the help of renowned genealogist Dr. Barbara Ray Venter, they could piece together the puzzle and identify Opelika Jane Doe as Amore Joveh Wiggins, born on New Year's Day 2006 in Norfolk, Virginia. Further investigation revealed that Amore had been in the custody of her stepfather, Lamar Vickerstaff Jr., and his wife, Ruth, since 2009. Her biological mother, Sherry, had paid child support and hoped to reunite with her daughter one day. But this reunion would never happen, as an unknown killer had cut Amore's life short. The pain and loss caused by those who loved her will never fade away, even if they may finally resolve the mystery surrounding her death. Lamar Vickerstaff Jr. Serving in the U.S. Navy and being stationed around the world, Lamar Vickerstaff Jr. had a checkered past. It was not until December 2022 that he received the attention of the police, who informed him about the disappearance of his daughter Amore. His wife, Ruth, claiming ignorance, stood by his side. But on that fateful day in January 2023, after Amore's identity was revealed, they arrested Lamar for felony murder and failure to report a missing child. And so was Ruth. In her initial arrest, she lied to the police, claiming she did not know of Amore's whereabouts. But as the investigation unraveled, it became clear that both Lamar and Ruth were hiding something. In his police interview, Lamar admitted to killing Amore, but denied causing the injuries found in her remains. He claimed to have tried to bring her back to life after the murder. Despite Lamar's bail being denied, they granted Ruth bail, and she had to wear an ankle monitor as she returned to Jacksonville. As we waited for justice to be served in this tragic case, one question lingered. What really happened to Amore Wiggins?
Staff was in the Navy and was stationed here in Hampton Roads along with his wife Ruth. In an Alabama courtroom, Opelika Police Detective Alfred White took the stand and testified Lamar Vickerstaff admitted to killing Amore.
He repeatedly said that he did it. He wanted his wife to not be charged.
Detective White said some of Vickerstaff's statements were credible, but detectives questioned other details he shared. When they asked Lamar how he killed Amore, he denied abusing her, but said when he returned from deployment, that's when he had to get rid of his daughter. Lamar told detectives he traveled with Amore from Virginia to Alabama. A witness statement puts Lamar there during Amore's estimated time of death between 2010 and 2011.
He recalled placing her where she was ultimately found.
Detective White also said Virginia Child Protective Services was called to investigate a report of abuse to Amore when she was in Ruth's care. Ruth admitted CPS had been called, but she claims everything was fine. Opelika police are still trying to get a hold of those records. White testified Ruth claims the last time she saw Amore was when Lamar took her to Alabama. She says she never thought about asking about Amore again. White was one of several detectives who traveled to Norfolk for Amore's funeral last month.
And if you didn't get to hear from the people who had you last, you can hear it from us. We love you.